Lonnie Melvin the clown. He was a famous clown. He was excommunicated from WGM. They have no pictures of him. He produced the Bozo Show. He's a fourth director. He was friendly to everybody, a wonderful magician, and the other clowns got jealous of him and had him forgotten about. I felt he could have been nicer than Lonnie Melvin. Lonnie Melvin was a wonderful clown, and I felt he should have been remembered by WGM. WGM has nothing on their website about Cookie the Clown. They have everything about Cookie the Clown. They have nothing about Lonnie Melvin. They have everything about Cookie the Clown, nothing about Lonnie Melvin, everything about Bozo, Ring at Master Mr. Ned, but nothing about Lonnie Melvin. And Lonnie Melvin took over Bozo's job, and Bozo got sick for 8 years. My favorite clown was my hero. They kind of like purposely faded him away. Don't have any pictures of him on WGM, and he produced the Bozo Show for 30 years. Lonnie Melvin, who produced the show, they have they only mention him when they show any pictures of him. And they were very mean. No. Doing drums. I want to thank you all for coming out here and being the best part of Leibe, Hart. How many people have seen my new show, I Love David?
Yeah.
Well,
you gotta watch it.
You got to watch it. It's on Adult Swim Channel 5. Tim and Eric gave me a spinoff, I Love David. I did 6 of the shows, and they're out there on the internet.
It's free. You should watch it.
Watch it. Well, thanks for coming out here, and we're gonna have a good time together. I love this small country town because I had family that owned a farm in Wisconsin, in Watoma and Wapaka, Wisconsin, and I used to work on their farms, the cows and the horses and dogs. But I didn't like them spading the animals because they killed off so many species that way. So never spade your animals because they have a right to be fruitful and multiply like us. It's killed off so many dogs and cats. It's very sad.
Here every day, but I appreciate it.
I used to argue against it, but you never know. Maybe the world would be a better place if there was more random dogs and cats just running around.
Okay, well, but yeah, because so many cows and chickens and different species of animals have been killed off because the farmers now spade the animals. They're making nuns and priests out of animals.
Stop spaying your chickens.
And your dogs and cats. Let them have a little love life. Let them have a little love in their life.
All right, what are we doing, David?
Okay, well, I'm going to be doing the drums. We're doing the drums first.
Well, normally we do the joystick, but whatever.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Okay, you want to do the joystick first? Or this? I usually do the joystick by myself.
Yeah, do what you want.
Okay, but can I do a little bit of this and then like we normally do?
I thought we would start with the cats and then add that on at the end for the finale.
Well, we normally did this by itself.
I know, but this will be better this way, I think.
I'm used to the old way we rehearse.
Just trust me. Start with the cats.
Okay, but I'm used to doing the joystick by itself. That's what we rehearse, but he changes everything at the last moment, doesn't tell me anything about it. So I don't know, like he wanted me to play with a 5-piece band, they didn't know my songs last night. And I'm used to rehearsing. See, I'm used to being an actor. When I was an actor, you had to memorize a script for the whole week. Acting is like driving a car. It's timing when they come in with stoplights and you can't cross 2 orange lights. You know. Okay, we'll do this.
Okay, we'll leave a Hart show.
Gotta get changed.
We want our show to have a cool intro, right?
You're right. But after we finish these 3 videos, could you make some dinner?
Yes. You tired?
Yeah, I didn't get to sleep well last night.
Alright, so the live show, before you come out, what should happen?
You have the puppets walking and introducing me. You do the animation of Chip the Black Boy walking with the cat.
Okay, how about this? Like, Jason is flying, because he's a space cat, right?
No.
Flying.
No, so he gets flying with the spaceship. No, that wouldn't be good. Him flying in a spaceship and you animate it.
Alright, I'll make him come to you in a spaceship. And then he lands.
Okay.
I'm on a spaceship to tell you we're gonna have a great show together.
We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have a great show. Fun and enthusiasm and comedy and music.
Yeah.
Come to the show. See it. We're gonna have Chip and we're gonna have a lot of fun. You come and enjoy the show, one and all.
This video sucks.
Need more energy, David.
Add explosions, add enthusiasm, add things that are gonna make the people come.
Like what?
Aliens, our president, Donald Trump, and all kinds of fun things. Giraffe, elephant, horses, cows, donkey, astronauts, what do you call it? The squids, everybody. Well,
Alright, I think the video's not long enough, David. We need time to get into our costumes, and I need to switch a couple of things on the computer over. So we need to fill this video out. What else can happen?
action, comedy, enthusiasm, music, puppets.
Boring.
We could have Obama having Chip on his lap, saying someday we're going to have a cat president instead. Have Donald Trump on there. Sometimes we'll have Donald Duck as president instead of Donald Trump.
What else can we have?
We could have, ladies and gentlemen, all races of people and sex genders, come to the show. You're all welcome. The David Leibe Hart Show now.
Thank you. Here's a song I wrote about called Insect Woman. I changed it different than the Tim and Eric show. Here we go. Are you ready? I float through the stars, traveling very far, but there's no trace of a place, of a lady that I'm thinking. So I see a little planet, and I cry and land on it, and I see the one for me, from many legs, doesn't like a bee. And suddenly I know I'm in love. I'm in love with an insect woman. I'm in love, so in love with an insect woman. Now we are man and wife. She's the love of my life. When we make sweet love, it's like getting bit by bed bugs. She lays eggs in my skin, and when the spiders have a grin, we're a happy family, living in perfect harmony. about being best part of David Leibe Hart Center.
So you're not blocking the projector.
Oh, wow, that's why I didn't understand it. So I wasn't blocking the projector because they won't be able to see.
Oh, but it looks good. It looks really good.
Well, we being in the middle?
I think so, but it's your
What
show.
would you all like? Me to be in the middle or be in the corner?
It's cool when your face
Whatever you're comfortable
projection is on your face.
Okay, well, I
Yeah,
like
I
to
could be wrong, I don't know.
I'd like to be so that people can see.
Let's go where you want to
I
be,
won't
David.
be, I won't be comfortable if I'm hitting behind this.
Go in the middle.
Huh?
Go where you feel comfortable.
Okay, we'll go right here. Can you all still see the picture if I go to size?
Yeah.
Okay, I just was so.
Compromise.
Okay,
Your
compromise.
suit is like a screen. Also.
Okay, well, Joan, I want me to put on the suit. We've got to run and do a show after this, and I even squeezed everything in. I'd like to do a song dedicated to all the musicians, artists, painters, actors and actresses, everybody's in the theater. I wrote a song called Artist and Creator, and the song is dedicated to you. If you're a musician, artist, actor, or you want to become one, this song is for you. Or you like music or acting, here we go. Jonah, before we go into that, can we do Teleportation Through Space? The song we were playing, because we haven't done it. I'm going to be doing a song. I wasn't an actor, I wanted to be an astronaut. So I wrote the song called Teleportation Through Space. And I want you to use your imagination. Imagine me floating through space. Teleportation through space. Teleportation through space. My voice comes out of my face, and it teleports to you through space, 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 space. The particles of me create a wave of sound, crashing on the shore of your ears. That technology we have brings us here. Together we can conquer any fear. My voice travels through time and a four-dimensional incline. My voice travels through the tubes and it makes its way to you. Teleportation through space. Teleportation through space. My voice comes out of my face, and it teleports to you through space, 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 space. You
a place for my car, rocket UFO. Now that place is closed. There used to be a place for me and you, but now the place is closed. There's a place in your heart for me. There's a place in my heart for you too. The earth is floating in space. Its vibrations go all over the place. Even the Corinthians and all the aliens feel the vibrations floating in. The movie was a movie about Jeff Goldberg. It was a movie of horror, but teleportation goes much farther. Teleportation to the stars. I'm teleporting right now with a microphone and cable, that's how. I'm here and there, I'm everywhere. I'm teleporting cause I have a song to share. Teleportation to space. Teleportation to space. My voice comes out of my face, and it teleports with you to space, 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 space.
Okay, we're ready for dreams. Thank you. Hi, everybody. This is Leibe Hart. I experienced, like East Indian people have, an outer body experience. And it was in, where was that area we were staying in against the air?
Providence, Rhode Island.
It was in Providence, Rhode Island. Providence, Rhode Island. I had the weirdest dream and outer body experience. We were staying at the Marriott Hotel, and I woke up on the side of the ocean on someone's private property. And there was a southern sheriff came by. Says, you're on private property. You could be a big, you could not only, you should be evicted, but you should be arrested. I said, I'm at the Marijuana Hotel dreaming. He said, you either get a ticket, boy, or you get thrown in the ocean to show it's for real. He threw me in the ocean. I went down 8 feet, and then I woke up. It didn't end there. It was more scary. That was the most scariest hotel I've ever stayed in. Then I woke up at a man's house. He was making love to his wife, and he was a police officer for that city we were staying in. And he said, what are you doing, a peeping Tom? I said, no. I was sleeping in the Marriott Hotel, and I ended up here. So he brought out this shotgun and told me to get the F out of this house. I'm sorry. This is a wholesome place. I'm not supposed to use profanity. I'm sorry. So then I asked God, what should I do? It's scary, very wary. So he said to go and fall asleep in the mushroom patch behind the bushes, and I did. And then I woke up again, and another weird experience happened to me. I was in the Philippines, and I appeared up, it was like a Bewitch or I Dream a Genie movie. I appeared, and the guy, and this Filipino lady says, this is a dentist for children. You're a big children. You need to go to a big dentist. How did you just appear? We got cameras. We got remote reviewing. I says, I was just dreaming. And so she said, if you don't get out of here, we're going to call the police. Strange American inside the Philippines, inside the dentist place. So I says, God, what should I do? I'm scared as hell. God said, go back to sleep in their quiet room. I woke up again. And I said, I told Jonah all about it. And one last place I went to. I went to Chicago, where I'm from, Chicago. They speak like New Yorkers. And I again woke up in someone's living room, by someone's wife. Oh, not again. And he said, because you black like me, I'm not going to kick your ass in, but get the hell out of my house. And I said, how did you appear here? I said, just bingo. It was weird. So I had my first outer body experience. It was more than a dream. And I hope and pray I never have that again. It was scary, wary. Okay. I am a big train buff. And I'm going to sing a song a cappella called The New Haven Railroad. It used to run through here. Now it's Amtrak, and now it's the Big T from Boston. Train collection on me. And it's been hard for me to find trains. Erie Lackawanna trains by Overland. So if you all find any, I'll give you all a gift or buy you something. I'm looking for the Erie Lackawanna MU commuter cars that Overland made in HL. Here's this. I'll start with, since I talked about the Erie Lackawanna, let's start with that song first.
Oh.
And then Chicago Northwestern.
Okay.
And then the New Haven song at the end. And then we could go to Ask David Hart. Here we go. My family is originally from the back east. I have family on my dad's side. It's from Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Jersey. And anyway, my family moved all in the Midwest to Chicago. And there was another train I liked called the Northwestern. They stamped out their competition, the Chicago North Shore Milwaukee Railroad and the Chicago Roaring Elgin. And now they're called the Union Pacific, and Donald Trump owns stock in it. But anyway, I wrote a song about the Chicago Northwestern, the 400 line. Here we go. railroad called the 400 line. Chicago Northwestern always shine. Called Chicago Northwestern, they were strong and stern. They lived and they grew all over back east to the Midwest. Greenville, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio. I like trains, I like pretty things, I like trains just the same. I like trains, I like pretty things, I like trains just the same. I remember my dad took me fishing on a double-decker Chicago Northwestern commuter train. We started down Chicago, Illinois, Wisconsin, Kenosha, Sheboygan, Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin, all the way to Racine. It went all the way through Bay, Wisconsin, where my dad and I fish every day. Chicago Northwestern live, Chicago Northwestern live, not all the Union Pacific. Chicago Northwestern live, Chicago Northwestern live, not all the Union Pacific. Thank you. You had a train that ran all the way from New York, all through Connecticut, all the way to Rhode Island, all the way to Massachusetts, called the New Haven Railroad. And I wrote a song about it. I remember the New Haven Railroad. I rode on the New Haven Railroad. I love the New Haven line. It started at Grand Central Station on the washboard cars. Yeah, shining silver Pullman cars. Yes, they are. They went 100 miles an hour, getting people back to work. It's all a New Haven Electric Railroad. I remember the New Haven Railroad. I rode on the New Haven Railroad. I love the New Haven line. It started at Penn Central Station with the FL9s. It crossed the Hellgate Bridge too. They went to Staten, Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut, to Boston, Massachusetts too. I remember the New Haven Railroad. I rode on the New Haven Railroad. I love the New Haven line. Now Metro North took over the commuter service. Amtrak has made the beat wires bow. They got the M8s and they look like subway cars too. But they don't have the class like the washboards had. In 1954, I remember the New Haven Railroad. I rode on the New Haven Railroad. I love the New Haven line. It would cross the Hellgate Bridge into New York City and share tracks to the Long Island Railroad. Then it went through all the way to Connecticut, all the way to Boston. They had class like no other railroad did. I remember remember the New Haven Railroad. I love the New Haven Railroad. I remember the New Haven Railroad. I remember the New Haven Railroad. I love the New Haven Railroad. It makes me feel fine. Let it shine. Thank you. Yeah, the New Haven Railroad is now the T in Boston, and now it's the Yankee Clipper line that ran through here and all the way to Washington, D.C. Amtrak runs that, and then the commuter service is now Metro North, and they used to own all that, and now it belongs to different companies. Okay, what are we going to tell about?
Let's do the fortune telling. Want to do that?
I don't know why Jonah's getting me to do some naughty things. He doesn't. He's Jewish, but I come from a strict or
You agreed to it, David. You don't have to do it.
Well, anyway.
We talked about it
I'm
before.
going to be an actor, and I'm going to but this is not a part of my religion because it's against Christian Science, but I'm going to use my imagination and be a fortune. I'm going to tell
Witchcraft.
Well, what you know, he does makes me do naughty things sometimes. This is one of them.
I did not make you do this.
Yes, you did. Here, I want to tell someone's fortune. What would you like your fortune to be? I'm just going to be an actor and lay it out. What do you want it to be?
We need a volunteer.
Volunteer. What? Okay. What do you want your fortune to be?
To be wise and good.
Well, the fortune is telling me to be wise and good is for you to go back and study Christian Science and be a Christian Science practitioner and teacher. And you'll teach other people to be wise and good. You'll be a teacher that way. Now I'm going to do some songs about my ex-girls that left me for other men. I had a lot of them and have to forgive and forget them. But the first one was very sad. I dated this woman. My family told me that the family used to be Lutheran before they were Christian Science. And it says, maybe you should go to Lutheran church just to meet yourself a single girl since you've been a bachelor so long. So I went to Hope Lutheran Church down the street from where I live. And I got in a heap of trouble, as my grandmother Schroeder would say. The pastor took her away from me. He got jealous, jelly. So I wrote a song about being dumped. My girlfriend dumped me for her pastor. And it's called No More Blues About Sonia Rude. They're liberal in the ELCA Lutheran Church. They let gays be pastors. And the pastor that took Sonia from me became a homosexual, left her pregnant with a baby, and that's karma for you. But anyway, here's the song I wrote about No More Blues About Sonia Rude. Here we go. No more blues about Sonia Rude. No more bad love, someone that doesn't love you. No more blues about Sonia Rude. I'm gonna get over you. You could have been my reality. You could have been the lady that was right for me. I met you at Hope Lutheran Church. I could have ended my lonely search. No more blues about Sonia Rude. No more bad love, someone that doesn't want you. No more blues about Sonia Rude. I'm gonna find someone brand new. Just ask another one, see us together. Cause he wants you all for himself. But deep down in my heart, I love you more than anyone else. I met you at Hope Lutheran Church. We did music together. We used to have good times when you were all mine. Then you led me on. You told me you'd never leave me. You'd always love me and be with me. You used to drive me and take all around town. Now you just don't want me around. No more blues about Sonia
you. No more blues about Sonia Rude. I'm gonna find someone brand new. No more blues about Sonia Rude. I'm gonna get over you. No more blues about Sonia Rude. I'm gonna find someone brand new too. Thank you. And then in my own Christian Science church, I dated a woman named Fabian. And she dumped me for an old billy goat that owned oil wells in Texas and England. And he was old enough to be her great-great-grandfather. But I guess she liked old wine better than a Pepsi Cola. So I wrote a song about Fabian. She was a beautiful French girl. And she left me for Mr. Smith. And this is how the song goes. Fabian, you used to be my girlfriend, Fabian. You dumped me for an old man, Fabian. You ran away to England with him. I idolize and love you, baby, and you ushered out 36 Church of Christ scientists and Studio City, California. Remember, I used to kiss me, call me on the telephone and miss me. Now you just diss me. But I still love you so, baby, and you used to be my girlfriend, baby, and a beautiful French woman, baby, and you ran away to England with him, baby, and though you dumped me, baby, and I forgive and move on, you know, lonely baby, and you ran away to England with him. I gotta forgive you and move on, baby, and you used to be his girlfriend, baby, and you ran away to England, baby, and you dumped me for an old man again. Baby, and I want to do a thank you. I used to date a girl in your area from Connecticut, and she was from Massachusetts. Her name was Gail Betzer, and she used to produce my public access shows, and then on Spectrum Cable, and then she taught me how to direct other people's shows, commercials, and we started dating. She liked bowling, and she liked model trains like me, and she ran off with a guy that hooked up people's cable. He looked like Jerry Mathers from Leibe to Beaver. He had been married 10 times with 10 kids. And so I'm going to have to sing this song a cappella since Jonah doesn't know it, but since she's from this area, I thought it's only, maybe just do a song about it. Gail Fetzer, I like you. Just like Tigger the cat likes Winnie the Pooh. You were my favorite boss too. We dated and loved each other through and through. But Gail Fetzer, I like you. Oh, Gail Fetzer, I love you. Gail Fetzer, I like you. Just like Tigger the cat likes Winnie the Pooh. We used to go bowling together. You said our love and romance would last forever. But Gail Fetzer, I like you. But Gail Fetzer, I love you. Gail Fetzer, I like you. Just like Tigger the cat likes Winnie the Pooh.
You dumped me for another guy too, but I forgive and release you. But Gail Fetzer, I'll miss you. But Gail Fetzer, I love you. Now Gail Fetzer, I like you. Just like Tigger the cat likes Winnie the Pooh. I'll move on and find someone new. But I forgive you and still love you. Now Gail Fetzer. That computer has a mind of its own.
Yeah.
I wrote a song called "You Could Be My Old Lady, You Could Be My Lady," and I want to do that one because I know there's a right lady for me. I haven't had any luck on Tinder. I've been hearing from the most weirdest girls there. Girls lie about their age too. I've had black, Hispanic, Asian girls and white girls that I've responded to, and they lie and say they're 30 and 40. And they're really 16 and 17. And I don't want to get in a heap of trouble, as my grandmother Schroeder would say. Says, no, Dice, that's not right. I'm not going to date you. So forget them. Don't respond back to me. Lady, you are the one for me. We can be girlfriend and boyfriend. Let me take your hand and lead you to a land of romance. Coming to my lonely world. All I need is your sincerity to say you only want me. Be my girlfriend. I'll be your boyfriend. Be my. I will never run out with someone new. Only stick by you. You can forget about but you and I'll fall in love and go steady. Be my girlfriend. I'll be your boyfriend. When I first met you, you were my pink and I was your red too. I felt the chemistry that you were my right lady. All I need is you to take my hand and go and romance. Be my girlfriend. I'll be your husband, and you'll be my wife, be my girlfriend. I'll be your boyfriend. Be my girlfriend. I'll be your husband. Well, I gotta stay steadfast, not give up, and I'll make the right one. Okay, what else is next?
You want to do the master class, the teaching?
Okay, then after the math class, I want to do the ghost song since it's close to Halloween. What would you like me to teach you? I used to be a school teacher. I come from a line of school teachers. What would you like to be taught?
Teach us about trains.
Okay, trains built this country. The train started out with the steam engines. I'm going to tell you about some interesting history that you should know about. The railroads helped free the black slaves through the Underground Railroad, and they were Yankees, and they slaves inside of the boxcars and take them out to go eat at the Unitarian and Quaker Friends and Mennonites churches, and they were the railroads. The New York Central Railroad was famous for doing that, and the New Haven Railroad. And this is a great history, and a lot of African Americans don't know their history. They don't know the Quaker Friends Church and the Unitarian churches are the churches that really reached out for them when they were suffering in slavery. And they ran to the Baptist English church when the English had blacks as slaves. And I hate to say it, the English don't like anybody. You have to do a lot of forgiving and praying for their salvation.
David.
Well, it's true. You read your history. My family that were Irish and German faced persecution, and they had to do
I've just heard you say this a couple times on the tour now.
It's history and it's true. Read your books.
The Underground Railroad.
But Jonah, you don't know. I'm old enough to be your dad. I was born in the 50s. You were just a little squirt, and I used to be a school teacher. I worked at the DeSable Museum of African American History. Did you work there, Jonah?
No.
My dad was a school teacher. My grandmother Schroeder was a school teacher. I have a long line of, before they were Christian Scientists, they were Lutheran, Presbyterian, and Quaker Friends church ministers.
Okay, but the Underground Railroad wasn't an actual train.
But it was. You don't know your history.
Tunnel. It was like...
Oh, you don't know your history. He's going to tell me, he knows more than me, and I'm a school teacher. Have you ever been a school teacher?
Yes.
You taught a preschool. That's what you told me. I used to be a preschool teacher. I worked at the DeSable Museum of African American History. Margaret Burrow started it. My dad was a school teacher. I know about my own black history.
All right. Sorry. Never mind.
Okay. Thank you. He always likes to be a conflict with me. I don't know why. Just like Jerry Lewis was with Dean Martin.
The yang to your yin.
Okay. So we got that passed. Now let's hear some ghost songs. Bring out Lamadon.
All right, let's hear from Lamadon.
We've got to go do another show after this. So
No, David, the other show is actually here.
the other show is here.
Yeah.
You told me we're going to be driving to another show.
No.
Now you're telling me.
It's a miscommunication.
You know, he made me get up and miss my sleep. He said, we got to hurry over here. And we rushed over here, and the people weren't yet. Said, oh, you're not late. Man.
We weren't late.
Man, you're dreaming more than me. The lady said, we weren't late. Miss, are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, were we real late?
Late, but it was okay. It doesn't
Oh,
bother me.
see? He was going past the speed limit, and I didn't want to get upset. And it's raining. I told him to drive careful. You know. Woo. I have to pray so hard when I'm in the car with him. Howdy, my name is Lamadog. When I used to do the Junior Christian Science Bible Lesson Show, which you can see on the internet, and it used to be on 500 cable stations. We got a song to do called The Pickle Man and Mr. Moose. Pickle Man, Mr. Moose. Let's start with a song. In Chicago, at 8136 South Ellis, there lived a policeman and his 3 dogs. One night a robber came in the steel, and the dog started barking. The robber took his gun and shot the dog in the head. They fell to the ground and said that they were dead. When they get to go to heaven, they decided to remain here on earth in between. In the ultimate plane, they all were Pickle Man and Mr. Moose. They're orange toast and they're on the loose. They all were Pickle Man and Mr. Moose. The death seven shepherds and they like the food. Now me and my family moved to a new house at 8136 South Ellis, Chicago, Illinois. We soon found out that we were not the only ones. Now living in the house. And the night when me and my sisters were sleeping, Mr. Moose and Pickle Man, he was creeping. They floated in the air with an orange
If you live in Chicago, and when you see a ghost, well, there ain't one bird of six. How hell is that? You might be haunted by those dogs, dogs. That German shepherds haunt you all the most. The pickle man and Mr. Moose, they're orange ghosts and they're on the loose. The pickle man and Mr. Moose, they're dead German shepherds and they like this boot. Well, my parents moved to Park Forest, Illinois, which is a suburban area from Chicago. And we found in our home toads, frogs. And I had tadpoles from their children that ended up floating in my fish tank. I went to Adventures Unlimited, which was a Christian Science camp. And this was in '68. My sister forgot to feed my fish and turtles. And she did, and everything died, and it was like a big stew of stink in my room. And then this quiet frog stood up and said, "I'm gonna haunt the shit out of you. You forgot to care about us. And I'm gonna eat all the worms out of your out of your refrigerator that your dad uses for fishing." And he would glow in the dark. I see these big frogs hopping around me when I was a kid. And so I had to write a song in memory of him. And here's a song about the ghost frogs. My parents moved up Hart, Illinois. There I saw the most strangest thing. I saw a ghost frog looking at me. A dead toad looked at me. He said, "What are you doing living in this home? I was here before your parents and family too. I'm a ghost frog looking at you. A dead toad looked at you. I'm a ghost frog looking at you. You didn't feed me and I died in your fish tank too. I glow in the dark and hop around you. A ghost frog looking at you. I'm a ghost frog looking at you. You have pretty attractive sisters too. If I was a human, I'd ask them out too. A ghost frog looking at you. I'm a ghost frog looking at you. I see when you fight with your sisters too. I hop around your room. A ghost frog looking at you. I'm a ghost frog looking at you. I look at you all the time when you're good and bad too. I look through the mirror and see you too. A ghost frog looking at you. I'm a ghost frog looking at you. I glow in the dark and hop around you. I'm spooky. I eat the worms out of your dad's refrigerator. Too. Thank you. I want you people to do a favor for me. My best clown has been excluded from the Bozo Show. His name was Monty Melvin. He produced the Bozo Show, floor director for the Bozo Show, and they don't have any pictures or any memory of him. They only mention his name. He was a famous funny clown. He told children's jokes. He says, you know, you children, even though you're little sprouts, you'll become a big oak tree if you eat right. And then he would say, he says, you know, your girls are like the jelly and the men are like the peanut butter. You're all going to learn to like each other and date each other and get married. I mean, Monty Melvin was the funniest clown, but unfortunately, my other favorite clown was Jellison. There was Cookie the Clown. Cookie the Clown spoke like Big Bird. He had a long yellow tail, and he competed with
win for Monty Melvin. I want Monty Melvin's job, and I'm Cookie the Clown, Roy Brown. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell WGM to get all my children and my grandchildren, all my children to vote for me, Cookie, not Monty Melvin. And I'm going to get the job on the Bozo Circus. And you know, unfortunately, all the kids said, Cookie! And everybody booed Monty Melvin. He walked off the stage with a teddy bear. It is so sad. So, Richard Levis, you're out there. I still love you deep down in my heart. And want to thank you for all the many years of comedy and joy you gave me. And I'm sad you were excluded from the Bozo Show. They got me Cookie all over the place, man. Goodness, I even tried to take Bozo's place, Roy Brown, Cookie the Clown. You know, I love you, Cookie the Clown, and you were wonderful. But I wish you would have given Monty Melvin a chance. I am the king of clowns, and I got Whistle to put a spell on Monty Melvin. So I would be the only clown remembered. Cookie. You girls eat my cookies and you'll never, never, never marry another guy. I'm Cookie the Clown. That's my imitation of him. Well, what else do, okay, I've done, let's see what else we'll do. We gotta do the UFO songs.
Hey, David,
UFO songs.
We're about to ask David.
Oh, well, let's after we do the UFO songs. I want to do a new technology. My cousin Phyllis McKinnon, who I stayed with on my Caucasian side, her grandmother Nanny Rex Singer was my grandmother Schroeder's first cousin, and that side of my family from Kansas City, Missouri, and she talked about Area 51, how the computers and the cell phones were tested over there, and she said this back engineering technology would be in every school, home, and business by year 2000. She died in 1992 and didn't get to see what she predicted. Now, she should have done the hocus pocus thing, not me. But anyway, I wrote a song called New Technology, dedicated to her sharing back engineering technology with me. Here we go. New technology is our philosophy. We put a man on the moon without doom. New technology is our philosophy. Aliens gave it to us, can't you see? They built the pyramids in Egypt and the pyramids. They gave us anti-gravity. The B-2 bomber, can't you see? They gave us cell phone computers. They gave us fiber optics. They gave us everything we use, and our business and places too. New technology comes from the people, from the stars, from afar. New technology comes from the Omegans, Corinthians, Polonians, Palladians, Venusians. New technologies are breach of secrecy. Army and the Marines and Navy use it every day. And Area 51 and Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base. UFOs are here to stay. UFOs are real. They're not make-believe. They're just as real as a guy called Steve. Can't you see? New technologies, what the Masons and the Jones daughters talk about among each other. New technology is what the government and the military and our presidents know. New technology comes from the people, from the stars, from afar. New technology comes from the Melodians, Corinthians, Venusians, Palladians. New technology is a breach of secrecy. Army and the Marines and the Navy use it every day. Area 51 and Wright-Patterson's Air Force Base. New technology is here to I want to do the song I wrote about this woman I met in La Brea Tar Pits, and then we'll go on.
David, I just allow me to look. I've seen people yawning. I feel like people need a little bit of energy.
Well, they will.
They need to get energized.
They'll get energized. Let me do. How many people want to hear the song I wrote about the alien lady I met? Let's do this thing democratically. That's the way they do it in the Christian Science Church.
All right, but after that.
After that, we'll do what you want to do.
All right.
I used to sell my portraits at La Brea Tar Pits, and Donald Trump owns La Brea Tar Pits. It's privately owned. It's not owned by the Cole County anymore. And they kicked all the vendors, street musicians, out of La Brea Tar Pits. And I used to sell my portraits there. There I met an alien named Jezebel Ordias. And then I asked people that were high up in the military. I was friends with Eric Doyle, who worked at NASA in my Christian Science church. He now works at the Principia College. And he told me, yes, the aliens were real and the Corinthians are real. And then I was friends with Colonel Wendell Stevenson, who was a retired Marine, and he shared the UFO phenomenon. And then Richard Dunn shared it with me too. He was a Navy SEAL. Another Navy SEAL shared it with me, but we're not on speaking terms anymore. But I helped him become a Christian Science practitioner, but you know, he got old-fashioned. He got that I don't like you in his attitude, so I had to forgive him and release him. But I still love you, Derek Schweier, and wish you the best for you. And thank you for your service as being a Navy SEAL. So let's do the song about Corinthian Hunk. Okay, I'm going to do, okay, we will. Just go ahead. I think he already said yes. That wouldn't be fair to the people to say no.
I know, but let me.
Okay, then we can do this. There's Corinthian who knows who I am. She looks like the actress Betty Page. I met her at La Brea Arts while selling my portraits and artwork. She told me she was in love with me, like a Corinthian man used to date and see. She promised to take me to the Half Moon Festival across the Milky Way. The Corinthians are all vegans. They don't eat salt or sugar or meat. Their women are attractive and beautiful and sweet. They live to be 3,000 years old. Corinthians are healthy. They gave us the cell phone music too. Promised to take me far on the Milky Way. The Corinthians don't eat salt, sugar, or meat. Their women are attractive and beautiful, can't see. Oh this Corinthian comes to me telepathically. She's an elder master and can't be my wife, but she comes dark and door, all the more dark and door, all the more 400 lemon light years away from planet Earth. Oh I want to tell you where you can learn more about the Corinthians. They do exist. Bob Renown in your own area has been working with the Corinthians ever since 1961. They have an underground base in Massachusetts, northern Massachusetts somewhere, and Bob Renown travels and works with them. He lives in this area. He does a lot of mechanics and electrical stuff, and he's been in contact with the Corinthians. You want to learn more about the Corinthians? Type in their name, Korendian, Emerald Green, Colonel Wendell Stevenson, and the Elder Master Latan, who's a Corinthian, wrote a book about the Corinthians, and you can get it and download it off the internet. And it talks, you can learn their language, you can learn about other planets and other galaxies around us, and it's right on the internet. And if you really want to learn about the Corinthians, and Bob, look up the name Bob Renown. He is in your area in northern Massachusetts. He travels and works with the Corinthians, and he's the Corinthians are like work with the Palladians. They're vegetarians and vegans, and they're a very interesting race to learn about. Okay, we're ready for whatever you want.
Okay, well, yeah, I was just saying.
What about we bring out Chip? You always wanted to bring out Chip in the beginning. We'll bring him out now and have him do the Halloween song Black Candles, and do a Dad and Lad, a song I wrote for the Tim and Eric show. And then we can do whatever you want. So.
Yeah, whatever you want, buddy.
Okay, we're going to bring out Chip the Black Boy. You know him from the Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. You know him from my Love David. Give him a warm hand. He was on the Junior Christian Science Bible Lesson Show from 1988 to 2008. Here we go.
Let's hear it for Chip.
Oh my goodness! I'm in Massachusetts, right where Christian Science was born in 1866. And the mama was Mary Baker Eddy. And she was a wonderful lady. And I give all the credit to Quimby, but Mary Baker Eddy founded Christian Science. And you know, Mary Baker Eddy taught Charles and Bertle Fillmore who made Unity. But they said the Unity people say their church was started at the same time. But Mary Baker Eddy taught Charles and Bertle Fillmore. She taught Ernest Holmes, who made the church a better living. They give her no credit. They give all the credit to Quimby. That's not fair. But you know the truth right out of my mouth. The Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Honesty is spiritual power. So let's go. So I'm going to do a song called Dad and Lad. Dad and Lad. And then I'm going to do my Halloween songs for you. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I need to tighten my mouth inside. I need to see a Christian Science practitioner. The strings are loosening me. Ah. Ready to start it.
You keep switching things around on me, man.
No, we did it this way all along. You're the one who switched things around on David, my daddy. We never did Chip in the beginning, and he said we did. I go out on my way for my son. I reward him when it does right. I punish him when he does wrong, so we can go on and do right in the light. Gotta have patience with your children. Gotta have the patience of your love your children, don't you know? You can't be a parent if you can't forgive. Can't be a parent if you can't let live. I'm the best dad screw in his mouth that's coming loose, Jonah.
Screw is coming loose in Chip's mouth.
Yeah, we need to get that fixed. Screwdriver.
All right.
Here we go.
What's next?
We're gonna do the songs that you wanted to do earlier that we never did at the beginning of the show. You're going to do Am I Weird and Black Canvas.
We gotta discuss this stuff.
No, we didn't. He wanted me to do music for the first time with a band I didn't know, and we didn't rehearse. That would have thrown me off. Don't you agree that you have to practice makes perfect? Before you do something, you need to practice it. Practice it.
Likewise.
And that's it. Yeah, he doesn't listen to me. Yes. Okay. One of these days, I'll listen. Here we go.
Just tomorrow, let's have a little discussion before the show.
Big time. There's a lady here who said her grandmother was a Christian Scientist, and I put one of the Christian Science hymns to my own music. It didn't make their new supplement, so I want to do I Walk with God, and then we can do that. Yeah. My music is with CCLI, Christian Copyright Licensing International. And it's very, very sad that the Christian Science Church treats me like Monty Melvin the Clown. They refused all my hymns from the new Christian Science supplement that just came out. And I had to pay $200 to get them lead sheeted. And so my music's with CCLI, Christian Copyright Licensing. If you go to church, you can print out my music at hartandhartman.com. That's HARTANDHARTMANN.com. But you got to report to CCLI, Song Select, www.ccli.com, so I can be paid royalties for the use of my songs. So tell your church about me, and they can download my music, beautiful hymns that I wrote. You can also hear how the hymns sound, Christian Hymns and Praise, art by LeibeHart.com, and Spotify, Google Play, and iTunes. I did a lot of music with this talented guy, Jonah Motion, as well as Lloyd Majors, my ex-Navy friend, and Peter Allen, who did a lot of music for the Mother Church. But anyway, I'm going to do a song, a treat, and you can tell all your churches about me and get them to use my hymns and my choir arrangements. Hartandhartman.com. That's HARTANDHARTMANN.com and www.ccli.com. Print out the music, hear how the songs sound on Spotify. Get your community to use them. They're beautiful hymns. And I'm going to do one of them right now called Walking with God. Okay, sure. I let them choose to dance. Okay, this. I walk with love along the way, and open is holy day. For I suffer through fear, till my presence with me here. Joy that man can to contact the Christian Science Publishing Society and tell them the good they missed out in not publishing my hymns. Their toll-free number is 1-800-288-7090. Speak directly to the board of directors and says you have a talented member of your church. Why don't you use any of his music?
I will do that.
Thank you. Okay, Jonah wants me to dance like David. What kind of dance do you want to do? Because Jonah doesn't like the dances that I choose.
Macarena.
Huh?
The Macarena.
What's that? Cha-cha?
Yeah.
Can you show me how to do that? I've never heard that one before.
All right, bring it out, my friend.
I know it's Latin. Well, I'm going to make up
Dance like David, dance like David, dance like David right now.
I dated a Latino girl, so let me see what I remember. She ran away to Mexico with David Urena, but anyway, I forgive her too. So I'm going to do a song, a mariachi dance. We need some Latin music. I'll sing a song I wrote about. Repoco took my senorita, ole, and now I'm all by myself. What do you say? Repoco took my senorita, now I got to find someone else, ole. Bridget said she never leave me. She was dishonest to me. Since she left me for a brothel, I've been going through sorrow. Repoco took my senorita, ole, and now I'm all by myself. What do you say? Repoco took my senorita, now I got to find someone else. Bridget and Repoco lived just their fantasy by committing adultery. Repoco dumped Daisy and Bridget dumped Davy. Out in his head said me, ole! Repoco took my senorita, and now I'm all by myself. What do you say? Repoco took my senorita, now I've got to find someone else. I gotta go on with my life and find a new wife. Someone that will be stable and loyal and faithful, cause Repoco took my senorita, ole! Now I'm all by myself. What do you say? Repoco took my senorita, now I've got to find someone else. Ole! What do you say? Ole! What do you say? Ole! What do you say? Ole! Okay.
The whole reason I was saying maybe we should do the dance is because I might be projecting, but I feel like people are tired. They could use a little bit of energy. Like, this is the idea. So we all stand up. And we do a little dance that David leads. What dance do you want to do?
Well, I could do the caterpillar if you want.
Yeah. How do you do the caterpillar?
This is a new dance you made up yesterday.
Everybody.
The caterpillar.
Ready?
How's it go? How's it go?
Now, without further ado, we're going to do a song that I wrote called Salome, and we're going to use real Corinthian language. Real Corinthian language I learned from Bob Renown. And bring out Jason the cat to help us sing it.
Let's hear it for Jason.
I want to know the name of those critters. You remember when I said that on Tim and Eric's show?
You don't need to do
Yeah, I
that.
won't do it. He's such a bossy boss. He even tries to tell my mama what to do. Isn't that a shame? Okay, let's do Going to Latin. Let's meet again. Here we go. Salome, Salome, boo-boo. Let's do it over again. He does this sometimes. As Yogi Bear would say, you made a boo-boo, boo-boo.
Sorry.
Let's do it over again. We're going to do a prayer. What do you want me to pray about for you? I'm going to give you free Christian Science treatment for prayer.
Yeah, this normally costs money.
No, this is free. My Christian Science treatments are free. They're not. They don't charge like the practitioners do in the Christian Science Journal. What do you want to need prayer about? Help?
Yes, help. Help.
Help? Let's pray. The prayer that reforms the sinner and heals the sick is an absolute faith that all things are possible with God. With men it's impossible, but with God all things are possible. God, make it possible that the rainforest, nature, and animals would be respected, protected, loved, cherished, respected, and appreciated.
Amen.
That's my prayer. I want to, before you go, I knew Doris Day. She just died this year. And I asked Doris Day, what is your secret for success? And I'll tell you what she told me. Know that you are success in action. Know that you're a winner, not a loser. That you can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth you. And as Mary Baker Eddy says in Science and Health, through Christ's precious love, these efforts are crowned with success. That was Doris Day's success for producing many movies, many albums. She shared that with me, I'm sharing it with you, and that will help you get good grades in school and be successful in everything you try to do. There you go.
And then they're not going anywhere, right, David? They're gonna stay.
Well, wait. We're going to do a Shrek movie, but I'm going to get unchanged. And if you want to buy something at the table, someone could buy me a cold drink. It's really hot.
Oh, you gave us salsa.
Oh, it's my sin. It's my sin.